This is Jeff Malone, the X is Silent, here with a review of the September 22nd, 2012 episode of Saturday Night Live, hosted by Joseph Gordon-Levitt with musical guest Mumford and Sons. Let's get right into the sketches. The great sketches were the pair of the Trace Equis commercials. I loved the whole production of these commercials. I love that they used a pretty much perfect recreation of the music from the actual Dos Equis commercials. I love that the announcer had the cadence of the announcing from those commercials down just right. I loved Cecily Strong as the bored prostitute, and of course Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the son of the most interesting man in the world. I loved the line about how he always uses a fake name when he orders at Starbucks, such as King Dong. How he has multiple Twitter parody accounts, such as Dildo Baggins. I love the bit about how he can almost do a 180 on his Razor scooter, how he has a white belt in Taekwondo and Judo, how he has a first edition of every John Grisham novel. I loved every line, every factoid about the son of the most interesting man. These commercial parodies were very memorable. They're going to be future classics. Good job. The good sketches. The commercial with the low information voters of America. The private detective who recreates his scenes with caricature drawings. The hypnotist who wasn't very good at hypnotizing, but who the audience member who he attempted to hypnotize did provide a bit of a show. The GOB tampons commercial. Bashar Assad's two best friends from growing up on Update. Kay McKinnon as Ann Romney on Update. Jay Farrow as Stephen A. Smith. Talking about Tim Tebow on Update. The Song Memories sketch, the Finer Things talk show, and the Powers Realty live action commercial, not a pre-taped commercial, but Finer Things was a sketch that surprised me particularly because it looked like it was just going to be Keenan and Jay just shouting and, you know, being pretenders in the rap game. But it was actually based on some astute observations about how, you know, the world of rap used to be about the streets and, you know, I wouldn't say blue collar, but, you know, something similar to that. And now it's all about the bling, and there's a huge disconnect. And you know, this wasn't so much criticizing it as like, you know, isn't it kind of funny that how much these guys who are rap's like a tough masculine world, but a lot of successful rappers are really into fashion and higher culture and in Paris and whatnot. So it worked out for the most part. The mediocre was the live action, the cold opening live with Kelly and Michael. I would like to see that sketch come back, see if they can improve on it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's monologue. Although I guess ladies might disagree with me that a Magic Mike parody with attractive guys, or homage rather than parody really, is automatically awesome. Seth on Update, he's mediocre this time, which is better than normal. And the sketch with Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Evelyn, the teenage girl, and yeah, no bad sketches. Nothing worse than mediocre this time around. And Mumford and Sons was, yeah, if you like Mumford, if you really like Mumford and Sons, I think you were happy with these performances. If you're not a huge fan of them, they didn't do much to pull you in. You know, I'm a bit of a fan of them, so I was like, yeah, could have been worse. Overall, a solid episode, a little bit more than solid. I give it 3.75 Jeffs out of 5. And yeah, there's a bunch of commercial parodies in this episode. I think like 4 by my count, and that's with only counting the Trace Eckes commercials as 1. It's like if you go back to the premiere as well, and then the Update Thursday episode, there's been like, what, 10 commercial parodies so far, and all of them have been at least halfway decent. I could put together a solid list of the best commercial parodies of the year so far. And that's. But the other story of the year is how heavily these sketches have been premise based, which I love, and they haven't all worked. None of them have been duds. But I like that is the strategy. And I hope it remains that way for the rest of the season. And the new cast members seem to be fitting in quite well. They haven't made a huge impact, but they seem comfortable. They seem enthusiastic, and I think they'll work out. So signs point to yes. We got another episode of Weekend Update Thursday, this Thursday the 27th. And then the next full episode will be on October 6th with host Daniel Craig and musical guest Muse returning for a second time. And so I will see you then. And